Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is today's speaker, Tsao. And my student ID is 19085779G. Be it resolved that death penalty should be abolished in Taiwan. And I'm the rebuttal speaker of the opposite side. As we mentioned before, the death penalty should not be abolished. To the best of my knowledge, the death penalty has been prevailed through ages. Even in the 21st century, death penalty still exists in lots of countries. You said more than 100 countries already abolished the death penalty by following the ICCPR, also known as International Convenience, the civil and political rights announced by the United Nations. However, you know what? One of the most authoritative United Nations Security Council member, the United States of America, decided to back to the good old days on July 2019. The United States resumed the death penalty policies which they have paused for 16 years. In spite of that, the death penalty do actually exist in some of the states in the USA due to their independence of their judicial system. This shows the importance of why the death penalty should exist. If not, then why the US government chose to back to the embrace of death penalty on this timing? Interesting, isn't it? You said miscarriage of justice might happen on death row. As far as I know, as the improving of the forensic science, the judicial system has nearly well developed. Unlike years ago, we may lack of evidence to make sure right judgment. Cases related to death sentence will be considered more seriously than common cases. Not to mention the last miscarriage justice case was happened 23 years ago. The professional of investigating a case is way much better than 1997. So the problem is not about death penalty. We should trust our judicial system and take more care on victims. You said the existence of criminal law nowadays is to prevent, amend, and to fix. To prevent? Okay, I agree. But on such extent, like death penalty, to fix what? Those victims' families' broken heart? Definitely not. It could never be fixed. So you said life imprisonment is the very solution to abolish the death penalty? However, you know what? In Taiwan, we don't have such law to make sure that death row serves a sentence of life imprisonment. They still possesses the chance to get back to the society by parole provision release. Which means if they behave well in prison, there to exist a chance to have them back to the society to hurt more people. Not to mention the murderer who has psychological disorder or ASPD, also known as antisocial personality disorder. For a scientific view, it has proved that these disorders are incurable. It could only be controlled by pills. Once they stop the pill, they might have a chance to become a monster. In this case, the question is not about abolish the death penalty or not. We should take more serious on tracking the potential psychological disorder patients. If you can promise me that the legislative institution in Taiwan could amend the law to ensure that the death row may have a new option, called literally life imprisonment without chance of parole. In our discussion on the retributive justice may worth some discuss. As for all lives, living creatures with warm blood, no matter it is a person be killed or tons of people killed, desperate disease must have a desperate cure. What if these kind of tragedies just happened around you? If your beloved one is the victim of those murders you have protected? In this case, I'm wondering if you can still stand on your point side as firm as you do right now. An eye to an eye, a life to a life. That's how the death penalty stands for. You should pay for what you have done. And that's the true essence of the Code of Hammurabi, the father of the criminal law. This is the end of my part. Thank you.